Dear learners, I hope all of you are well and in safe and sound. I am also fine, and I also hope it that all of you are learning your lessons, staying in your home. Dear learners, you know we are continuing our class through YouTube and in our website. Dear learner, you try to practice always your lessons, staying home, and if you face any problem, write your comment in comment box. In few days ago, I gave you class on spaces, narrations, and tense. Today, I'm going to give you a class on completing sentence. You know that you have 5 marks in completing sentence. If you know the grammatical structure of the sentence and tense and verb, then it would be easy for you to complete the completing sentence. And it is a very easy task if you try to understand it clearly. So today's topic is completing sentence, and I am going to make you understand it. Try to be attentive to my class, and I will try to make you understand it easily. Dear learners, you can see on the board that I have written here 4 sentences. The first sentence is, as soon as I saw him. In second sentence is, no sooner had I seen him. In third sentence is, hardly had I seen him. In fourth sentence is, scarcely had I seen him. Dear learners, you can easily learn it. Today I am going to make you understand it clearly. As soon as I saw him is the past indefinite tense. So if you have as soon as, then you have to put here comma, and the next clause will be also in present past indefinite tense. So as soon as I saw him, then you will have to put here comma, then the next clause will be in past indefinite tense. Dear learners, in second sentence, you can see there is no sooner had I seen him. Then you will have to use here then. Then you will have to write again the past indefinite tense. In third sentence, you can see also hardly had, it is also past perfect tense. And if you have this in past perfect tense, please use when or before. Then you write the clause in past indefinite tense. So if you have any scarcely had, it is also past perfect tense. Then you will have also write your when or before as a connector. Then you will have to write past indefinite tense. So I'm going to tell you or repeat it. If you have as soon as, then you will have to write past indefinite tense. Then you will have to put here comma, then you will write past indefinite tense. And if you have no sooner had, then as a connectors you will have to use then, and after then you will have to use past indefinite tense. If you have hardly had, it is also past perfect tense. So you will have to use here when or before. Then you will write the past indefinite tense. If you have scarcely had, then it is also past indefinite tense, past perfect tense. So you will have to also write when or before. Then you will have to write the past indefinite tense. Dear learners, you can easily understand it, and I'm going to make your practice. Here, it is the common system. Then if you have hardly had and scarcely had, then you will have to use here when. or before, you will also use here when or before for this. Now let's go to would. So if you have as soon as, then you will have to put here comma. And after comma, you will write here positivities. As soon as I saw him, I called him. Clear? So you can see here, this is the past indefinite tense, this is also past indefinite tense. If you have no sooner had, then it is also past perfect tense. For this reason, you will have to write here when or before. Then you will write past indefinite. Same, I called. You can write different type of sentence, but the sentence should be meaningful and grammatically correct. The past indefinite. Oh, sorry. You will have to write here then. If you have no sooner had, then you will have to write here then. If you have no sooner had, then you will have to write then also past indefinite tense. If you have hardly had, then you will have to write here when or before. Then you will have to write here past indefinite tense. If you have scarcely had, then you will have to write here when or before again. Then you write past indefinite tense. Dear learners, as soon as I saw him, I called him. No sooner had I seen him, then I called him. Hardly had I seen him, when or before I called him. Scarcely had I seen him, when or before I called him. Dear learner, you can easily see that this is past indefinite tense, so I have put here comma. If you have as soon as, then you will have to write here comma. Then next clause will be past indefinite tense. If you have no sooner had, then you will have to use here then. Then you will have to write past indefinite tense. If you have hardly had, then you will have to use here when or before. You can use any one from here. Then you will have to write here past indefinite tense. If you have scarcely had, then you will have to use here when or before. Then you will have to use past indefinite tense. Dear learners, I hope all of you have understood it clearly, and it is very common. If you have hardly had or scarcely had, then you will have to use when or before. So you can easily understand it. I hope it is clear to you. So for your practice, I will give you a few sentences. So try to practice it. I hope if you practice this daily, then it would be easy for you to complete. Because it is very common rules, and most of the time, you can find this in your exam questions. So for these reasons, you will have to practice it. I am going to give you some example for your more practice. So stay with me. Dear learners, you can see here 4 sentences. They are incomplete sentences. Now you will practice this to complete them. I taught you that if you have as soon as, then comma, then next sentence clause will be in past tense. And for this reason, you will have to use here as soon as. In the next sentence, you can see here, then you have then. So if you have then you will have to use here no sooner had. As there is when, then past indefinite tense, so you can use here hardly had or scarcely had. And in the first sentence, you can see here before, then past indefinite tense. And for this reason, you can also use here when or hardly had or scarcely had, then past perfect tense. Dear learners, let's practice it carefully. So if as you have comma, then past indefinite tense, you will have to use here as soon as. As soon as I heard the news, I went the running. You can see here that I have written here in past simple, then comma, then past simple. So sentence is correct, meaningful meaning, according to meaning, and also grammatically. And as there is then past indefinite tense, so you will have to use here no sooner had. No sooner had I heard the news, then I went there running. Dear learner, you can see here, this is no sooner had then. Past perfect tense, then also then, so I have written here no sooner had. So as there is when and then past indefinite tense, you will have to write here, or I will write here in scarcely had or hardly had. Hardly had I heard the news. Dear learners, I told you if you have scarcely or hardly, then you can use here when or before. So you can write one of them. You can write also hardly had or scarcely had. Both of them are right. Dear learners, in the next sentence, there is before, and for this reason, then past indefinite tense. So same rules will be used here. Scarcely had or hardly had. I heard the news before I went there running. So, scarcely had or hardly had before when. As soon as I heard the news, I went there running. No sooner had I heard the news than I went there running. Scarcely or hardly had I heard the news when or before I went there running. Scarcely or hardly had I heard the news before or when I went running. Dear learners, I hope this is clear to you. And if you practice this regularly, then you can make a good result, or you can make a good figure in the exam in completing sentence. This is one rule, and this is the most important and most common rules for you. I'm going to repeat it. If you have as soon as, then you will have to write your past indefinite, then comma, then past indefinite. If you have no sooner had, then this is past perfect. Then you will have to use your then past indefinite. If you have scarcely had, then use your when or before, then use past indefinite. If you are scarcely had, then past perfect or when or before, then you write also in past indefinite. Dear learners, I hope this is clear to you. And for more practice, you go to your book. There are a lots of examples, and you try to practice every day. And this is your home task. I hope always you will stay in safe and sound.